Hey everyone, it's Dark Knight Evan. Today we're going to talk about Salesforce Summer 23 release. The first thing I want to talk about in the release that's new that I really like is the aligned fields horizontally in field sections. So this is something that we can turn on for each field section. You have to have the dynamic forms turned on for it, but it allows you to take a particular field and align it horizontally. So before the end billing address there, you can see that it takes up two fields. If you turn that on, it now aligns them perfectly, so now billing address and phone line up perfectly. The next particular thing I'm going to talk about is with forecast, you can bring your own data now, which means you can now, when you create a forecast, you can reference an external data source. You can select the column type, the field to reference, and then you can go from there. You can see here with that stretch quota there, we bring our own data in there. We can just quickly update. Next thing we want to talk about is the reactive screen component. With flows, we're no longer dependent on that next button anymore. We can actually build reactive components within our single screen. So as we build something else on the screen can be reactive to the information that we enter in there. We don't have to hit the next to submit it to more or less push the update for it to fire. It can be reactive within that particular screen that we're working on. Speaking of reactive stuff, with no-code reactive formulas, screen flows will soon be able to perform real-time calculations and logic when change happens on the screen. So this is something you can opt into. It's a beta. You can turn it on and go from there. Dynamic forms on mobile. This is a beta feature as well. You can now turn on mobile features on with mobile. It means that all your cool phone hard work that you built on your dynamic forms on your pages, you can now incorporate that into your mobile layouts. You've been asking for this for a while. This is a really cool feature that we're able to do now, is that we can add rich text and images to our dashboard, so we can actually create a dashboard, add additional things of that nature. Just remember, we're still bound by our same limits. So basically, we add that widget in there for the chart, table, or text or image, or whatever we're posting on our dashboard. Still counts towards your overall component limit on that page. Some of the cool use cases I could do this for: particular branding, especially with the images. You can put like an image on there, you can then print it off, things of that nature. You can do some really cool things by adding some additional images in there. This makes it a little bit more fun, more presentable, so it doesn't look as just here's a bunch of dashboard components. In addition to that, we can also use more filters on dashboards now. We can add more filters so that we can do more filtering on dashboards. Just remember, all the filters need to share the same types of components on that particular page. The next cool feature that we're going to talk about is the ability to quickly create a full sandbox. So as long as you're on a production org with eligible Hyperforce instances, you'll be able to quickly get a full sandbox up and running really quick. As a reminder, you do not have to opt into this feature, as this can be generally available to you after June 10th, 2023, which is now. The other thing you can do is you can now, in a flow, send Salesforce data to an external server without code using the HTTP callout action. This is what the action looks like. You just call it the action, you call it the external name there, you give in your resource there with the body, and boom, you can send your data to an external server using the HTTP callout action. The last thing we're going to talk about here is how to use the email templates in the send email action. So now you can take the email template you've created and actually use it in the send email action in your Salesforce flow there. So you don't have to create the email alert anymore. You can actually use that template within your email action now. So now you can call the email template ID, and guess this works for both classic and lightning emails. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time.